Hi everyone, I wanted to make a bit of a longer video to talk about this week's energy, what's happening and where we're going in the future with that as well. You might have seen that I did a short video this weekend for the full moon, which I've got the cards here, but I just want to go over these again. You can look up that video in my YouTube shorts. It's a very, very interesting energy, and it's kind of the culmination of the energies we've been moving towards. And this full moon energy, what I'm picking up the most from it is that it's really shining a light on who is your friend and who isn't, who needs to be let go of, who needs to stay in your life and who you really need to step away from now. And it's quite a strange dynamic as well, because I think some of the people in particular you may have known for a long time, you may be very loyal to them, or there may be people that you've already let go, but you're just getting confirmation that you did the right thing, and maybe some greater detail as to why they didn't belong in your life, and maybe why they never really were your friend. Some of us have friends from childhood, you know, we assume that they are friends, but as we grow up, we realise that maybe they weren't very good friends after all. Maybe they were more frenemies. Maybe they were jealous of us and they just hung out with us because we live nearby. You know, that's a common theme. It's a common thing for lots of us. But in our culture, for some reason, we're told that you have to be loyal to your friends, and your oldest friends are the most important ones. And really, that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily the case at all. You know, people that we've known for a long time may not be very nice at all. The length of the association and the fact that we feel comfortable in their energies because we've known them for so long doesn't necessarily mean that their friendship is particularly valuable or helpful, for that matter. Some of these people aren't very nice at all. So I challenge you, you know, to have a good look at your life, see where you're feeling that people just don't mesh with you anymore, or maybe they're being outwardly hostile to you at the moment. Maybe time to step away. So that's certainly something to think of. And I think this weekend's full moon as well, I think it's going to be giving a lot of people some very interesting dreams. There's a lot of vivid dreams going around, and I think that's going to be giving you some hints and clues as to what's going on and what you need to be doing moving forwards, and who your friends really are and who they aren't. And moving on from that, the cards I pulled to do this week's reading, which you can find on the blog or on my website, they really carry on from that, because our intuition is really, really heightened at the moment. And it's interesting. I mean, around the full moon, you can expect that anyway. You can expect things to be a little bit more clear, you know, get some more clarity. It really sheds a light on things, literally. I found it curious that this week, I'm going to get a bit nerdy now, so bear with me, this month rather, the full moon actually fell on the number 18 day, so it's the 18th, which in the tarot is actually the moon. So I found that very, very interesting to see, because the meaning that we normally associate with the full moon in astrology is shining a light on things and bringing things to the surface so that they can be seen clearly, is the opposite of the meaning of the tarot card moon, which is usually that things are hidden, they are not what they appear to be. And I felt that kind of dichotomy, that influence, but the two influences coming together, and it really feels like it's shining a light on the things that we couldn't see previously, and that's the energy I'm getting very, very strongly. So little nerdy tarot point there. But this week's cards are very interesting ones, and again we're getting confirmation that intuition is very much heightened this week, and it really is. I think a lot of people are going to be tuning into things, really sensing things going on around them that maybe they hadn't realized, you know, people around them that maybe don't need to be there anymore. And also there's a real sense of creating a new world and a new direction. Look at the door in the background here, this beautifully lit up door. The door's waiting for you. It's just waiting for you to realize that the door's there. For many people, this is actually going to involve moving in a direction that's completely different. And I'm seeing this more and more in the world, in people around me, in my own life as well. Moving in a new direction is the energy of moving on. But moving on with the number 6, which is coming from the heart. I don't know where you can see that. There we go. Number 6, so number of the heart, which was actually the angel card I pulled for last week. So the theme of the heart is very much continuing here. And that is going to bring up some nostalgia, I think for a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of memories, especially to do with these friendships that we don't know what to do about, or these relationships that we're starting to think, actually, I'm not sure if this person belongs in my life anymore. And I get a sense that for many people, this will be the last Christmas or the last holiday season that they spend with certain people. I think they just won't really be much of a feature in their lives anymore after that. And I'm talking about obviously the people in my soul group and those aligned with my energy who would be drawn to watch this video. If they're not drawn to watch this video, it probably doesn't align with them. So this isn't for everybody. But this is certainly for those of us working in the new energies, working towards, you know, creating the new world of freedom that the Age of Aquarius demands from us. And it's making us trailblazers, it's making us pioneers, whether we want to be or not. And it's also going to make us come up with some really crazy ideas and suddenly realise we have to do that all day for a living, if you like. And I'd rather say living rather than a job, because living is the act of being alive, it's being fully embodying who we are, whereas a job, oh, such a different energy. You know, it's something that you do for somebody else. It's hard work. It's not very much fun. It's not something that we enjoy. It is very much coming into a time, and we're going to see even more next year. And I'm not just referring to the gig economy, which is obviously gaining in popularity because it's very convenient. A lot of us are actually going to be stepping away from the gig economy because it can almost feel in some ways like groveling, like begging. Please, please buy this thing, you know, please buy 5 minutes of my time, please let me do this thing for you. And it can actually reduce us energetically. It can take us to a lower level than where we need to be. So just watch out, make sure that you're not moving into an energy of trying to do too much or trying to do too much for too many people if you're out of work. You know, don't fall into that trap. Guard your energy because you need it to create the new thing that you're supposed to be doing moving forward. So it's also a very, very positive week. Actually, the energy is extremely hopeful. So you may, this is the hope card. I love this one. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it. Hope number 17. 17.8. It's extremely hopeful, but it shows that the world and the light is actually in your hands. It's all up to you now. There's no reason not to hope because you're in charge. You're the one doing this. You get to make the decisions. You know, you get to decide who stays in your life, who doesn't. You get to decide where you live, where you go, what you do. Even if there appear to be restrictions on your life right now, a lot of us will be stepping away from those restrictions, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Try to stay away from the news, away from any propaganda or, you know, nasty people who want to tell you bad things and frighten you and scaremonger. Stay away from those negative energies. You really don't need them right now. I don't think it's going to help any of us moving forwards because we are moving into this wonderful exciting new time, this exciting new energy that I'm looking at here, and it will be step by step, and that might feel a little bit frustrating at first, but we absolutely are getting there. So enjoy this week, enjoy the energy of the full moon if it hasn't already driven you batty. I had some crazy dreams myself, always do on the full moon. It's a bit of a crazy energy there, and please do also go and have a look at my weekly forecast that you can find at angelwingsholistics.com. I will put the link below in the description. So please, if you like this video, please do leave me a like and please consider subscribing to the channel, and I will speak to you again soon.